Even if you don't need to use it, it's good to know it exists. Let's get into it. The last thing we're going to look at is something that may come up and you may be confused what is happening and or how you're supposed to deal with it. So let's go over that real quick. Right here I have this delayed expansion bat. This really confused me. So let's go over this code real quick. Here's a variable count. We set it to 0. This is how you do a for loop, for %i. That's just the name of the loop variable. In says to iterate over the list. So we have a list of numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The /a means arithmetic. So count plus equal 1. And now we're inside the loop. We print out inside the loop and count is equal to %count. Then we go outside the loop. Then once we're done, we print it out again. What happens is probably not what you expect. Okay, what in the world is happening? When we did outside, it's actually 5. It started at 0, so it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the outside ends 5. Here, why in the world is it just 0 every time? So the problem here is that when a block of code is parsed, like this, the %count is expanded to an actual value before the code actually runs. The script has already been parsed. The value of count was set to 0, and then it runs the code. Now, when we get down here, well, now count is 5. This isn't a block of code, so it reads the value from count, and it's 5. The way you deal with this is to enable extensions and then enable delayed expansion, which says, hey, I don't want you to expand this value when you parse the code block. I want you to do it while you're running the code. The syntax is to use exclamation points instead of the %sign once you have delayed expansion enabled. And let's see how this works. There we go. Much better. So I'm sure you can see how this could trip you up if you're not aware that this is a thing you need to do. We don't really need it for this simple example, but be aware that this exists in some of my projects. In other projects I found online, I have seen this. I have needed to use it, and you might too. And there you have it, delayed expansion. See the description for a link to the GitHub project that has all this code in it. And until next time, happy coding. Stay curious.